Evelyn to Philip, April 16th, 1945. Dearest Phil, I am starting this at work a few minutes before leaving work, and there isn't much I have to say. Mom called this afternoon to tell me that there was a V-mail from you. I happened to comment just before she called that here it was the 16th of April and I had only received one communication from you dated in April. So now it's 2, and I hope to hit a belated jackpot one of these days. The weather was bad all day and my feelings matched perfectly. I had a dull headache and was thankful for the fact that there wasn't any work of important nature to be done. Tonight I must take Adele to Dr. Gale's for her 4th injection, and I'm dreading the visit already. Poor kid. I'll be glad when it's all over for her too. Most likely I'll get the opportunity to write a little when I get back, providing I'm not too exhausted. The trip always tires me greatly, and I'm very happy when I can hit the sack. Well, honey, it's all over for tonight. She cried before he even as much as touched her. Before injecting the needle, he stuck a lollipop into her mouth, and I distracted her as much as possible, and it worked. It was drizzling when I left and when I returned. I got a nice bus driver going down, and he left me off right in front of Dr. Gale's office, which is a half block past Broad and Allegheny. I have to give her 2 more injections and bring her back a month later for her dick tests. Need I tell you how happy I shall be when this is all over? Your V-mail of April 2nd, received today, informed me that you had seen Mrs. Parkington and that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Outside of that, I can find nothing to comment on. I stopped at the bank this morning to withdraw $53.82 for Adele's insurance and mailed off the check this evening. This payment was our 3rd. It seems like we took the policy out last week when you look back on it. When I look ahead that much time, it is ages and ages away. I listened to a rebroadcast of President Truman's address to Congress. He's not the speaker Roosevelt was, but I feel certain that he will improve himself in due time. Darling, I am so tired I can't sit up, so I know you'll excuse me if I cut this short with a hug, a kiss, and my usual "I love you, baby," so much, and I'll be so happy when it will no longer be necessary to express ourselves through this medium. Good night, sweet. I am and adore being your Ev. Philip to Evelyn, 16 April 1945. My darling, received the package containing the candies, cigarettes, and Adele's picture. Thanks for the package, sweet, and especially for the picture, because to date this is the one I like best of all. Even if the quality of the picture is bad, the pumpkin was caught in a perfectly spontaneous pose, and I think she looks sweet enough to eat and altogether adorable. My thanks to Eddie, too, for the trouble he took to wrap and post the package. It arrived in perfect condition. There was also your V-mail of 10 April, which told me all about your latest trip to Dr. Gale with the pumpkin. I'm sorry, honey, that I couldn't have been there to give you a hand. I'm hoping to be on hand when it's time for Adele to have her tonsils removed. And I realize how very trying and tiring it must be for you, but I'm glad that you are taking such good care of her. I only pray that I will be able to acquit myself as nobly as a father as you have thus far as a mother. Believe it or not, Chippy, after all the time I've had to get used to the idea, I still find it difficult to picture you as a mother. Guess I'll never be able to get over the feeling of amazement that you are capable in the role. Somehow, the image of the kid in the cowgirl dress, who was always so delightfully around at Chestnut Street, keeps recurring to me, and I find it impossible to identify her with the charming young mother who is my wife and who so easily adapted herself to the job of rearing her daughter and mine. You must think I'm nuts that I think about all this as I do, but it does seem so wonderful to me. I think it always will. The weather was ideal today, but my activities were nothing if not unremarkable. Still very busy and trying to catch up. Enjoyed Murder My Sweet last night. It was a very cleverly produced action film. The acting was excellent and the story interesting. My best love to you, my Evie. A kiss for Adele, and my love to all. Ever your Phil.